Warning, you are not watching Siskel and Ebert.
You are now entering Wang's world.
Sometimes we'll go back with another video. I'm Strange Wang. Today I have a movie review for She Said. Before we get into that, social medias in the description box, just like everyone else that reviewed this movie. It's all in the same place. We also have a coffee account and a Patreon down there as well. We have a thanks button on the channel. We're poor YouTubers. Money's appreciated. I'll leave it at that. And if you subscribe because of this video, or are subscribed, or if you donate any money or hit any of those links, then
I appreciate that.
But let's get down to brass tacks. I gave She Said an 8.7 out of 10 Wangs.
Why?
Because it's a very well made film technically. The directing, the editing, nothing except for the score like was very fitting and very good. But the editing and the directing wasn't super crazy, nor did it really need to be.
Why not?
Because the story is straight to the point. It's simple. It's a heavy story. The plot makes you feel uncomfortable at times, and that's the reason why you're in this film, to understand loved ones, to cope with it, to be inspired by it, to have closure, to have all these emotions be the driving force of this movie, be what you remember from the movie. Editing and directing, like a Wes Anderson movie or a Tarantino movie or a Scorsese movie. He hates Harvey Weinstein. Who knew? I learned that from this movie. Would take that emotion away or distract it, so it didn't need to be at all. And I'm glad, because it would have been distracting. Would it made this film more exciting? Yes, because the film is very slow in the beginning, and you're just basically sitting there in the beginning like, this story came out 3 years ago. I know what happened. I saw the news. You couldn't escape it. Why are they making this movie? And then you're just sitting there with your thoughts after seeing these two reporters take L's after L's after L's and living their life. You're just like, me as a man who's very ignorant and being a man is like, I get why they made this movie, but I don't plan on raping anybody. And people that do rape people probably aren't going to watch this movie. So, what's the message for? Other than people can relate to it. Why am I watching this? And then the story is still slow. And then I'm like, if I was in that situation, why would I want to see this movie in public? And for it might maybe bring back these feelings. I had all these thoughts in my head about why this movie was made. And seeing these reporters slowly take L's and L's and L's to follow leads to get into bigger leads later on, I was like, wow. Because I was caught off guard at the end of the movie when these reporters are sitting there writing their article up and they press publish. When they won, I won. I felt that, because this film is very discreet on the investment you have, because you're with these two reporters, you're seeing how they live, you're seeing them be moms, you're seeing them in the workspace, you're seeing them take losses, heartfelt losses, and by the end of the story, those discreet little details, they catch up, and it adds emotion. It makes you feel like you took these L's and you finally accomplished something in your life that you're really proud of, that you really wanted to get, and you feel that, and you kind of relate to it. And I was surprised, because I was like, yes, and I was like, damn. Over half this movie, I was like so confused on why this was made for a theater and not made for streaming, and I'm just so excited like these characters on screen. And it's because these discreet little details they give you with these two reporters.
On top of that,
the subject matter obviously helps with that emotion and investment a lot, because when you start getting into the thick of this plot and hearing some of these stories, and seeing the faces of the women telling these stories, it makes you feel gross inside. I'm not going to say it makes you feel gross, but I, as a person, I felt gross, and I was like, oh my goodness, like, how could someone do that? And at one story in particular, almost, like, I felt a little queasy hearing it because it's so sickening. Obviously, I hopefully won't. I personally cannot imagine being in that spot, that happening to me, having to live with that on just, it really opens your eyes, and you can read it in an article in your voice, but seeing an actress portray these emotions and feelings based on a real life story is something totally different. And at that point, I understood why this was made into a movie, into art, for people to not only relate to and whatnot, but to open people like me, Strange Wang, my eyes, open them and really understand how awful it is. And because of those emotions that were there and the details throughout this entire film, to its third act, and to all the rush of emotions that hit during that final moments, plus the rare occasion a film makes you feel gross and icky and queasy, and just makes you have second thoughts about the world in general, everyone you see. It's because of those rare emotions and all the emotions you get out of this film. It's a wonderful piece of cinema that I wish more people would see. And because the script is so descriptive and powerful and builds on the story that the reporters are reporting, you don't need to see anything, and it doesn't need to show any rapes for it to be impactful, for it to hit, for you to understand and have emotions. So because of that, hopefully they play this in school. I don't know what class they would play it in, but I think this is something people need to learn from a young age, because some things are obvious, but some people are fucking stupid. Example, Mr. Weinstein. So because of that roller coaster of a ride, I gave She Said an 8.7 out of 10 wings. Tell me what you thought about it in the comment section down below. And yeah, do your thing. Like the video, share the video, and subscribe.